Welcome to episode 15 of the Factorio Space Age Big Marathon. We are 38 and a bit hours in. We have not yet left Nauvis. We have all the capabilities to leave Nauvis, but we were a little bit confused with all of our mod planets and tech multipliers because we have in orbit, let's not have this pollution on the map, in orbit we have the peak of our technology. We have a ship that can go to cool places and pick up a bunch of rocks and pick up space science, and there's a couple of other things we want to tweak with this, but it did not work out because it turns out on the space map, we were just researching Gleba because we want to go to Rubia, but we are in fact not able to get to Rubia without going through Gleba. So we had to research that as well. And now, do we go directly to Rubia? Do we do a little stop on Gleba and actually build some Gleban stuff first? I don't know. The other thing in the tips and tricks about Rubia, because it is a mod planet, is it says it's pretty explicit that you need some support. You can't just turn up there and expect things to go well. You've got to have some good armor and ways to not immediately die. And it is pretty clear in this that maybe you don't want this to be your first planet, so maybe we do still do that. I think we need to improve our armor first, but the other thing we have set up to do, we're just hanging out because the space music is real good, is we have a bunch of things we're going to send up to our platforms. All of these were for the second platform, except for the silo to the right, which was going to be to, there's some other module upgrades and things we want to send up to our first platform, because there were a couple of changes that I wanted to make this thing. And all of the space science, all of the science is going well. With Chicken, with Nauvis on a bit, after we've done the tweaks we want to on these platforms. And the first thing is, we've got some rare solar panels. We have sent up more rare solar panels, so that I think we want all of these solar panels to be rare. We should see a delivery arrive and all these ones change, because turns out we had all these solar panels sitting right here at this delivery, and if we make all these solar panels better, that means we use less power from the turbines, which means we need to ship up less water, because all of the water we are sending up via rockets, because all of the ice we want to turn into space science, because I think we are going to be constrained on space science. Oh, and that was the other thing that we sent up. We sent up these tier 2, they go so quickly I couldn't even tell if they did, and they did. Send up these tier 2 speed modules, because that was kind of what we planned. We just didn't have those modules at the time. And then I've got another module, I've got another module over here for this chem plant in particular, because everything is kind of backed up and not running, because we should be going from one place to the next, but we're not. The way we've arranged these beacons, we've got 99 fuel per second, 99 fuel per second, 99. This one isn't getting hit by both beacons, so we're getting 83. So I realized that I would in fact prefer to send up one of these rare speed module 2s now that we have it. Slap that in here. This is now giving us 91, which is fine. Did we send up any other? Oh, we did send up some other semi-quality. Okay, so we can get this guy up to 93. That's fine, for basically no effort. And then, why do you have, because you don't have all of these launchers turned on, so you're not, this is where the venting the barrels thing is. I think we are going to need more storage bays on Nauvis, just to accept the number of things we are trying to vent now that we're trying to do this nuclear power thing. But we should also now be able to send this thing towards, we are waiting for rockets to arrive. We need to get all 600 water barrels. That's mildly inconvenient. Maybe you want to change this. I don't know. The other thing that strikes me is I think we want to change this layout to be 20 seconds and 60 seconds, because all of these water barrels, sending them up and dropping them again, that could take quite a lot of launch time, because we still don't have all the silos on Nauvis. But the other thing we wanted to change here before I copy this over to the other platform is, we've got some dragon's teeth for asteroids in here. We're using uncommon wall because we've got uncommon wall, and we just want to kind of slap this stuff at the front as well. We're going to have some walls in space. I don't plan on ever, maybe the walls at the front are going to be important, but the dragon's teeth for asteroids, if we ever end up leaning on these Dragon's Teeth for asteroids, I think we're going to be extremely sad. We've got some walls over the side as well, because, you know, whatever. Have we got... Yeah, I was going to... Yeah, I was gonna... Because we've currently got 2 uncommon gun turrets at the front. I think I want to do a thing where we spread some of the uncommon gun turrets out to the side as well for no particular reason. I think we've got enough uncommon gun turrets for this. If we don't, these 2 were both uncommon, and the middle one we were downgrading, and the uncommon one we were putting on the outside. Sure. And then we've got these asteroid filters. In fact, are you fully equipped now? Can we just watch you go to Gleba? We are probably going to turn this around pretty quickly. I just want to see if it actually works. And it looks lopsided. It isn't, don't worry about it. This is the top of the craft. This is the bottom of the craft. We're kind of seeing a vertical ship from the side is how I'm rationalizing these 2 engines being way off to the side. And we are not going particularly fast, which is super cool, which is the plan. I mostly just want to get out, punch some rocks, see how many rocks we end up punching, because we did tweak the number of asteroids we were playing with, because we were expecting to be able to do, you know, we were still worried about the whole 60 times science thing. And the question is, do we get... I mean, yeah, I think we have massively over-engineered this ship, which is, I think, always going to be the point and the hope. Like, that is what we wanted to do with it, and because we are going so slowly, we are not necessarily finding as many asteroids as we want to worry about. And yeah, the filters on these are, the guns at the front are shooting all of the medium-sized asteroids, and there's actually, maybe we can see, yeah, there are small asteroids that fall out that also aren't the asteroid chunks. And so these guys, if they... Yeah, we should see these guns at the front pivot to shooting the other medium-sized asteroids before they shoot the small asteroids, in the hope that we can spread the damage around across the turrets a little more. That's not in space, that's fine. So this is doing super fine. It's doing everything we want. We are seeing ice asteroids build up here, which means the space science should all end up going. Do I want to leave this running? I think, what happens if we just go Gleba 20 seconds, and then I think we also want to go add station Nauvis at the end of this, also time passed, also 20 seconds. So we're not really staying in Gleba, we're mostly going backwards and forwards to harvest the asteroids, but we've got a total of, okay, maybe this one wants to be, I don't know, yeah, we're gonna have to just poke this a bit, because we need to balance sending up more water, which is actually currently fine. Oh, because we've got all the water barrels, don't we? Yeah, versus whether or not we can keep up with ammunition production, which is interesting. Are we... There's a belt in here that is draining onto the main belt, which is super interesting, because that means that we are... Oh, we are significantly running down ammunition production. That is not a huge surprise, but also not super reassuring. So I think we're going to need this 20 seconds in, maybe we make this 30 seconds at Gleba, just to be able to make sure we can put all the enough ammunition on the belt, because one of the failure modes where everything dies is that these guys on these gun turrets on the left hand side, because all of the ammunition, yeah, most of the ammunition is rolling in from the right hand side, and there's a bit of a top up from the hub kind of towards the middle, but if anyone runs out of ammunition, it's going to be the left hand side, and then we would be sad about losing the ship. We don't want to lose the ship, but we have successfully got to Gleba. We are fortunately over-engineered. We are running down the thruster fuel, which is fine because we're always going reasonably fast. Okay, the other thing we wanted to do up here, and we should have now sent up, yeah, we should see beacons, we should see a nuclear reactor, some amount of heat pipe and things like that. We are just going to blast this guy as well. This whole thing, don't worry about it, and we are going to make this ship look like the other ship. And we have all the solar panel upgrades, we have... Oh, you've also got the... You guys are active at the moment, aren't you? So if we... yeah, you would be trying to go to the wrong place, but never mind. We probably should have this as a blueprint, but whatever. Yeah, we had a different blueprint before we'd made a couple of changes here. You do this, but then also go to Nauvis paused thrust, because we want you to be stopped at Nauvis and then requesting all of your missing construction things. And we didn't have... Yeah, so there's a variety of other things that we're going to be asking for here. I think I don't think we have enough furnaces. I think we need like stack inserters and gun turrets and a variety of things that I'm just happy for. All of the... Oh wait, the silos are not automatic, are they? Maybe that was also why we weren't getting all the water barrels we wanted. Yeah, I'm happy for all of the stuff that we are sending up at the moment, even storage bays. Just send up as many of these things as the ship needs, because then... like all of, like tanks, stack inserters, pipes, all of these things I am happy having a lot of on the ship, so that we can just drop them and use them to build, you know, whatever base we're building in other places. It's fine, don't worry about it. Okay, let's also have a little review of Nauvis, and yeah, maybe we go to Gleba, maybe we don't. One of the things about Nauvis is, yeah, we're now mostly defended in Nauvis. We've got, all of these wall sections done except for this major bottleneck over here, which is a little bit awkward because we're also polluting these bases. So, what's that? Is that... yeah, we're still getting attacks through here as well. So I think one of the other things we do is we just build this roboport across here so we can get vision and build range on this spot and just continue these landmines as a kind of defense. Yeah, not feeling super happy about this, but you know, just more landmines. They are a little bit overpowered. It's going to be fine. And yeah, we put this wall down, and we've also put radars by all of these wall sections so we can go and scan out everything else in a larger range. Like, we didn't know what was out. We've got a lot of uranium out here. Uranium is the resource of which we have not really boosted any of the spawn rates. We've got some uranium in here, which is fine, but we are trying to run everything from electrical, and also, yeah, a bunch of different places have got solar power. But this looks like we might be... okay, except these were going to be long-term walls, so maybe not. I don't know. But in regards to maybe we go to Gleba first, we've got a place that may as well end up being... yeah, this was a thing I was somewhat worried about. Yeah, you just pause thrust, because turns out we need more ammunition production because we are just going faster, and or we need to wait longer in each of the places to make... yeah, okay, so this would have been... we are running down... yeah, we've got ammunition being manufactured here, we've also got ammunition being manufactured here, but we are not making ammunition fast enough to be able to... I hope we don't... yeah, the walls are going to start doing work here, aren't we? These guys could be a little bit of a problem, because we're also going to have to reload all of these gun turrets one at a time. I think we're going to lose this grabber. I think we have some spare grabbers. We do also have repair... yeah, we've got one spare grabber. Maybe we've already lost a grabber. We've got some repair packs, so maybe we are just going to repair it and it's going to be fine. Yeah, and then all the walls are... okay, so... it's somewhat over-engineered, but also having a couple of problems because we need to be manufacturing more bullets. Is there a... maybe there's a spot in here where we could put another of these? Oh, you've got... could you have the ability to make bullets faster? Because we do have a fair... okay, so it's not all of this iron, but we do have a fair amount of iron in the hub, and then we are putting a decent amount of asteroids on the belt, so that's cool. Yeah, we just need to make sure that we get all of the bullets in here. That's super interesting. That is... what is this? Unclaimed items waiting in drop pods. Because we wanted to go back to Nauvis and drop these at Nauvis. Didn't we have... yes, fine. Didn't we have these guys set up... they should... I thought these would only drop at Nauvis. I thought that was how that worked. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, we were gonna just quickly check on... You need more gun turrets, and oh yeah, we were going to downgrade these. We sent up a bunch of prod mod 2s of lower quality because the base doesn't actually have that many free prod mods of higher quality yet, and you are now waiting on 2 more? Oh yeah, because we downgraded and then upgraded these ones again. Okay, fine, no big deal. And now you are waiting on just the gun turrets of... Oh, we also didn't send you any spare gun turrets. Okay, so you are doing a thing and it's going to be fine. You'll eventually get some gun turrets, maybe. You're also going to get a whole lot of water sent up. You are still worried about exactly how many bullets we have on that. We're going to have to come back to that later. That's going to be a problem we have to resolve. Yeah, things going on in Nauvis. Maybe we do actually go to Gleba because we've got a place we can get eggs from for the things that we would use with eggs. This is just a close base. It's fine. And then yeah, let's do a little bit of a main tour around what Nauvis is doing, because we're doing most of the science. We've got a bunch of upgrades waiting for different kinds of modules and solar panels as they fall out of the build. All of the labs are on prod mod 2s, which is nice. The purple science is getting some upgrades, but is also struggling for... Oh yeah, we haven't upgraded all these guys to assembler 3s yet. I think that's a thing we worry about later, but at the moment we just see if we can smash some of these guys in, and then also just drop in a bunch more prod mods and see if that can do a better job of emptying some things into the yellow science. Yeah, we've also got a bunch of frames over here, which I don't think we dump yet. All of this stuff over here used to be frame cache, and I think we ignore that at this point. Yeah, it's all just getting back into the yellow science. That is not a gun turret on, it's not. I'm still worried about losing gun turrets in orbit, oh well. I think we saved these frames for building logistic networks and roboports on other planets. Yeah, the red and green science we need to build at some point. The military science could actually have a bunch of a bunch of module upgrades in it, and we're actually full. So let's just throw some military science upgrades. That looks... And then also stronger explosives. I do like some stronger explosives. We can throw some of those guys into the mix because we have those are... Okay, sure. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of space science sitting around. A lot of the uncommon module upgrades are going over here into the smelting for blue chips, and then a lot of the rare quality 1 requests are going over here into the blue chips assembly themselves. We're also doing some quality here. Got to be on that as well. Yeah, where is the purple science? Because I was also wanting to check in on... Did we upgrade? We did upgrade these beacon modules, but also purple science has the problem that it is low on steel. Yeah, while we are waiting to figure out whether or not... Yeah, while we were waiting for the Gleba research to happen, while we were waiting for the other mod planet research to happen, we were putting together, upgrading some of the smelting we had to electric smelting, which is now done. Yeah, upgrading some of the modules in these. These guys have already got all their tier 1 quality modules. Could we... You know what? I think one of the things we're going to do to that steel furnace set in particular is go from module 1s to uncommon speed module 1s, because I believe we have a bunch of these sitting around, and we're just going to, throw another 200 modules in here, so that's fine. The purple science is also... Yeah, we're not fully using this, but I think the reason... Do we have those speed module 2s free? I think the reason why we aren't using all of these red chips is also still... that was the wrong set of beacons, these ones. I don't know if we're going to need all of these, because this was originally built with... Yeah, because we've only got yellow belt in between. We might not need all of these, but also all of this is kind of backed up because we don't have the steel to be running the rail, but also need 4 rail a second only makes 3 rail a second. Okay, so another thing we're going to need to do just quickly is just slap some modules in here, it's going to be fine, don't worry about it. And yeah, we're also pulling off some quality things. We've got a lot of quality things. Okay, so this is going to be for a quality armor thing. We should also somewhere have, maybe it's over here, we've got some quality steel with which we could do quality solar panel and quality armor things, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I think this section here is going to be the next candidate of things we rebuild into the electric smelting, which is kind of how we're passing our time while we were waiting for the planet text to be discovered. Are we back up to... We're back up to 700? Okay, in that case, you come to Nauvis. Maybe don't even worry about... Maybe we just needed this section to be longer. We are also requesting some amount of iron plate, but I think we're also... Oh yeah, we're going to be firing up and down a bunch of barrels and stuff, aren't we? Maybe we do need to babysit this a little bit more and figure out exactly how much belt we need, and maybe change... It's this inserter here? Maybe we could run this up to 1,200, but also it depends on whether or not we're giving this assembler time in the schedule to manufacture everything at once. So yeah, we're going to have to deal with that again in a bit. Oh well, don't worry about it. Yeah, what was the other... Yeah, the red and green science is fine. We were doing... I thought we'd taken out all this quality stuff. I was coming back to give... yeah, I guess we're not putting it there. To give some of these gun turrets back so they could be launched. Because you probably still need gun turrets, and we need... This is on planet 55. Okay, so we need to send up some gun turrets and maybe also some backup gun turrets of higher quality, which I have. But also, this really looks like, yeah, at some point for the same upgraded quality gun turrets, we were taking this electric smelting. Yeah, okay. Is it just... Yeah, these ones on the back we had with quality modules in them, and we did not swap out the other quality modules, and that's also going to take a while because we don't have those quality modules yet. Whereas if we... Yeah, we don't have the quality of Prod Mod 1 we just tried to put in there. Whereas this way around we want to get those swapped out more quickly so that we're not putting quality stuff on the belt. But I think the other thing I wanted to do was have a better way of caching iron that's just... Because at the moment we've got iron going onto the belt, going into the logistics system over by the smelter, which I don't think I like because it's a long way for the bots to go. Whereas if we had, say, more of this in here, these guys are, at this point, partly to drain the quality stuff off the belt, which none of these guys are going to be using, but also to cache a decent amount of iron close to where the silos are trying to launch it up, because we are also trying to manufacture bullets in space with several of these dudes. Oh yeah, I was going to send up backup turrets, and then is that everything you need? Then that is everything you need, and we will be just waiting to fill these tanks. Yeah, okay, cool, great. Were there any other module things that we wanted to do? Oh yeah, you guys are also just... You guys are also all just waiting to send a thing up. Okay, have some number of turrets, have some of these backup turrets. Yeah, just have a bunch of turrets, a couple of walls. I don't have any backup repair packs. That's fine. You go up there. I sent them some unhappy gun turrets, but they can probably get those repaired later. Yeah, and we also just need to be... Why are we not running... Are we running all the labs? Maybe we're running all the labs? Is this... What does this say? This is we're doing the 900. Okay, yeah, I was just looking at all of this science backed up on the blue chips belt and being a little bit concerned about it. And we have had a lot of... all of this guy... can we... Is this going to work? We do want all those landmines there anyway. I think also we're going to want some distraction landmines, which we might also just use as like a second layer defense landmines. Basically to give this guy a lot of things to spit at. in the sense that if we just put these landmines in that are going to do the work, this guy's going to attack these landmines, destroy them. We're never actually going to get this guy killed. Whereas if we have other landmines that they can also shoot at, which are also in the defensive positions we want for, yeah, to catch other guys coming around the lake later if we don't get around to building decent defenses, and we might not. Yeah, I want this worm to not be here, because he's currently doing a pretty good job of inhibiting the space where we would be putting landmines to stop the other guys. Yeah, these guys are the old radar artifacts walking through that would be attacking in here. Oh, well. Yeah, things we wanted were more... Yeah, we wanted to be... Do we try and drain the fuel first? Let's get rid of all of this stuff. And then also, these guys aren't going to need to fuel this way at all. This was... Yeah, in the time when we had a fossil fuel power grid in there, that's what these chem plants were doing, and they no longer exist. What is this? Gleba, unclaimed items working in... But I thought you were... waiting in drop pods. I don't even know what that means, because you've since dropped that. Ah! These things are on Gleba. We have now actually gone to Gleba and activated Gleba, and we have a thing because we dropped some... Okay, so, I guess we're definitely going to Gleba now, because one of the concerns was, do we go to Gleba immediately? Do we kick off that evolution timer? And in fact, we can probably even see in space. The evolution factor on Gleba is already increasing. This was one of the main reasons why I was not going to go to Gleba and go to Gleba last, because I wanted to do some other things first. But I mean, we've already started that, so that also means that there are a bunch of empty barrels in Gleba. Okay, so this I think also means that we need to not be doing this drop all of your barrels in this way, and also not drop all of your depleted fuel in this way. We need to be requesting... Yeah, we need to be... yeah, get all that stuff going as well, I guess, because we're fully built. But we need to be on Nauvis in here, having this guy request the empty barrels, and like 10,000 of them, and also spent fuel cells. Where are spent fuel cells? Also like 500 of them. We want the hub to pull everything down so that, yeah, I thought that the way those requests worked in space is we would only drop it on the planet in which it was associated, but that doesn't look like what's happening. Okay, yeah, things we wanted to do were, we want to replace all of these guys with... Yeah, 24. We know what that is. We want to replace all of these guys with electric smelting. So I think at this point we start to... I mean, do we also... We kind of have more iron over here if we wanted to put, say, 2 red belts of iron into this whole thing to get... Maybe that's an option. We could get more red chips out of here. The other thing we wanted to do is... Actually, a couple of things. Yeah, we've got a steel station over here with actually no trains, no spare trains. How many... Steel is going into LDS here, which is fine, and we've got... That was a tree, not the station. We've got 4 trains associated with the station, so I think we want more trains going to the steel station. So this is going to be 2 more trains going to the steel station. We also have... We have not set up any of the refueling interrupts here, but it's fine. And then we would like the mall to put back a bunch of trains that we are going to use for more copper ore, because 2 of the other things we want include... did I ever... I don't know that I ever re-blueprinted the offloading train station. It doesn't look like I did, because we want a pattern like this. In fact, this is the pattern that we want for our floating train stations. Take it all the way out to wherever the signals and splitters are? Sure, but don't take train stop names. This is the station we want that will unpack things in a way that we like, for which we will worry about some of the other blueprint stuff later. But for a while, let's go like train stop and an arrow to indicate that we are offloading from the train station. And then we wanted by this, yeah, over here, I think we want 2 more train stations. We want, and are we getting, because we can put them right next to each other like so. We're going to have to do these outputs differently, but that was kind of always the case. And one of these wants to be copper ore. Maybe we want 2 for copper ore and 1... Yeah, okay. So I think we're going to want 2 for copper ore and 1 for steel, because we want to be able to support this red chips build, which is currently not getting enough steel, and then also support this copper patch, which is running down. And now we've got some of the fuel out of it, we're going to try and cut. Do I want to try? No, we're not going to try and do that. Several red belts of things. Yeah, we're going to cut. Did we get these guys all in the right place? Yes. And then we're going to want Roboport support. We're going to want power lines out to this Roboport. And this is such an old part of the base that we don't even have... All of this is just done with small power poles, because that's what we had when we were building this, because 200% tech multiplier stuff. Okay, so somewhere in... over here... This is a train stop that will be asking for copper, or at least receiving copper when trains do that, and then also from the front of the base. Should we be putting more of these things in the logistics network? Maybe we should. If we are leaning towards steel. Yeah, if we are leaning towards going to Gleba first, then we probably should be putting more stuff in the logistics network, but never mind. Yeah, somewhere over here we have... How are we getting... I guess we're getting these things on the rail here. In fact, we could get... I was wondering if these 2 rubber ports would be in the way, and it looks like we can just get rid of those there and put these over here so that we're connecting another way. I don't even mind this being such a small gap. That's fine. And then figuring out, do we want more red chips here as well? Or are we just going to try and run this off red chips? Because this is like 2 belts of iron for red chips is not necessarily a whole lot. Oh, well, never mind. We're not going to worry about it. Is this collection of stackers is not quite the right orientation, but this collection of stackers here has the belts too far apart. Okay. So I guess we're just going to do that. Oh yeah, we still need... Like the back half of this thing is kind of what we're looking for, except that the tail goes up and we need the tail to be going down. Okay, how many is this? That's already 3, which means we only really need space for another 2 wagons, and we've got the curve to work with as well. So yeah, okay, that's going to be difficult going to be annoying to figure out where all of the curved bits start and stop. So we're going to do it this way around. Yeah, you're going to come over here, and then I think we can... Should we use this corner again? Can we go... Oh, it's a shadow. I was wondering if I had broken the rail line by not getting a thing done. Yeah, give me all of this. Put it here. Have this one as surplus because this rail connects here. Yeah, and then can we have this guy? Make your way in here. I think that's going to do everything we need it to, and we just need to signal this bit. And we want trains going out to check the network for this. Wait, no, that was... These guys are both... Yeah, we need train signals here. That one needs to be a chain signal because we're heading onto the nasty two-way track with all the stuff, and then getting into the stack. Actually, we can have this one a little bit further. We can make this even worse. Yeah, so we can let these guys into the stacker by their station, let these guys out in the same way. Can we just copy those two signals here? Okay, cool. And we also did not get power into these sections. We did do the train stop names. Did we? We already gave... Yeah, we did make more steel trains, and these two trains are trying to both go to the station that we just defined, which is cool. And then I think also maybe this steel we try and convert to electric before we go anywhere else. And somewhere I wanted... What was I looking for? It wasn't any of this steel, which is now going a little bit better because we have speed module things in a way that is fine. It was... Oh yeah, the copper trains. I wanted to go back to the LDS, grab one of these copper trains, and all of these guys that have been defined and fueled can all get a copper ore recipe and take that copper to more helpful places, because we do have, yeah, we've got slightly untapped copper mining over here. We've also got further out more copper mining that's also going on trains that are also with the correct station, and all of this is... Oh yeah, elevated rail. Is that the thing we do next? What else was it? Oh no, wait, we should check whether or not we have blasted this, and we have. And I don't know if it's gonna be super easy to fit the size of... Because these are all yellow belts. It's only ever half of it. Okay, I believe somewhere this is all running. Are we doing a 60-second tech? We are doing a 60-second tech. That's why some of this is backed up. It's not even a big deal. We have... Yeah, this deconstruction planner has a blacklist on the bits of power grid and roboport infrastructure that would make this awkward. Oh, we're going to pull out some trees as well. Never mind. We're just going to give bots 1,000 jobs, ripping this smelting out, and then this, I guess we go back to a regular deletion planner for this, but yeah, so we're going to have to get somehow iron in here, somehow copper in here. These were only yellow belts each, and we already have... The other electric smelting we've got is all red belts worth of smelting. So I think that's going to be a reasonably easy copy-paste. Bots are going to have a fun time doing that. In the meantime, I wanted to look at the concrete, which is in... Okay, it's not quite here. The concrete is over here, as it turns out, because I wanted to check whether or not we were in a happy place that we could just start making elevated rail with our reinforced concrete. And I think we just also logibot this. We do have steel going into the network, so that's fine. I think also we get rid of this stuff and then get rid of this coal feed and don't worry about it, so that we will be able to replace these guys. In fact, we can probably just pull this out right now with... Yeah, don't we have... I believe one of the things we have in... are we still just launching barrels of water? We're still just launching barrels of water, of course we are. I think one of the things we have in the purple science is... This is a lot of electric furnaces. I don't think we want... I think we might want to take some of the quality out of the electric furnaces, because we don't need this to be filtering off this many. But I think we're going to grab... Yeah, in the places where we are cooking... Not there, down... It was down here. In the places where we are cooking stone for concrete, and then I think we give you basic... Let's give you a speed module 1 and a speed module 2. I'm pretty sure we have those things sitting around the base. Yeah, we are not requesting modules of any elaborate quality. That's probably fine. If we can set this thing up again, this belt even happened to be in a pleasant place. okay, we can get more of this stuff going. If we had... Is this guy mixed? This guy's not mixed, so we could in fact have more of... Yeah, let's get these guys out of the way. Let's have another 2 in here. Because all we really want to do is make sure that... I mean, part of it is also just mining out this as a starter patch, because it's kind of in the way. And then these guys are also making... Yeah, we would be doing red science things with this belt, except that it's currently kind of blocked. So we're also just going to have more mining drills for the purposes of mining out starter patches so that we can put more interesting things in them later. And then I wanted to check... I guess we're using the assembler 2s for this. We're probably not using these long term. Elevated rails, steel, more refined concrete than steel. Also more refined concrete than either steel or rail. Okay, so I think what we're actually going to do here, is this something we're concerned about? It is not. Is the recipes we're looking at are mostly refined concrete. And then also... I think we're going to do a very similar thing in here to what we have already done, except not mess up the filters this time. We would like here... Yeah, and then we're going to have... is that... I don't want this... Yeah, because we're not going to go do a direct insert thing. We're just going to put these on a belt. And then also have this guy put... Rail was the thing that was less used out of the 2 options, wasn't it? We needed more steel. So steel can go with this interface, and we actually need... Yeah, so we're going to have belt here of reinforced concrete stuff, and then I'm actually changing my mind about... Did we... Oh, we had... we had a... Yeah, we don't want the same iron request. We want the... Let's just also get 400 of these things. And because we are doing elevated rail things, 600 here, so that's going to be fine. And we're going to have another belt with some things getting on a belt. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. And then here is a place where we can be doing rail... fancy mod kind of rail things that we're not going to worry about. A rail ramp. Wait, nope. Like this. This is how we set recipes. Yeah, this is why we saw the other recipe we didn't want to. Yeah, a rail ramp and also a rail support. Do we need... We don't really need the speed modules, but whatever. And then, yeah, we're going to do it over here, as it turns out, because it looks like yeah, these recipes use a lot more refined concrete than they do anything else. So we are not going to put the refined concrete through the bots. We're just going to have them move around the things that they will need less of. And then connect all this stuff up, and yeah, elevated rail was one of the things that we wanted to set up on Nauvis. We probably only need like 2 stacks of ramps, right? We don't need a whole lot of ramps. Or do we not have... We don't have module 1s in the mall. Is that because... Like, are we also not manufacturing... Yeah, we've just spun them all out, because these 2 steel things were always hand-delivered, and we can probably just steal them now? As in, we can probably just have these guys request... that's not what I wanted. Request, say, 400 steel in each of these boxes, and just have bots solve our problems for us. They might like some more roboports if we're going to do nasty things like that. In fact, I think we want more roboports over by the silos anyway, but I think we're still just going to need more silos to kick around the stuff that we wanted to. Okay, can we also just send you to Gleba now for time past 30 seconds? You are going on the way here. This is This is the thing that's a little bit of an odd case about the amount of water we're sending up. We're devoting a large amount of cargo space to water. We do at least have... I mean, how much science do we have in there? We've got 37,000 science in there? Okay, I think we do want to just... Because we set this up to 60, but I think it only wants to be 40. Although it's kind of tied to the schedule in that if we come back to Nauvis even over only 20 minutes, then having 20,000 science in there will be sufficient. Where was the other? This here was the other important one. If this is greater than... Nope, we changed that. This used to be looking at the amount of science in the hub, it's now looking at the stuff on the belt. Okay, that's fine, because we want to have enough other space in this ship to be able to bring science back from somewhere else, but also a pile of water barrels, because we want to be able to have a lot of silos activate to send up this stuff at the same time. Maybe we... It wasn't a problem with getting enough ammunition on the belt, was it? Like, we don't need to get all of this to blue belt. It was just we were running through bullets faster than we were able to make them, but we did also have all of the iron to be able to make them. We just weren't... Yeah, this ship is actually wider than we need. We are collecting more rocks than we're probably collecting more rocks than we need to be doing the science that we want to, and because of that, we are shooting all these other rocks out of the way that kind of aren't necessary. Oh, well. How long did we give you in Gleba? Let's give you 40 seconds in Gleba. I'm still not super happy about this, but whatever. Let's go and see if we've got all these guys out of the way and rebuild some of this electric smelting somehow. Do we have... You know what, you can just get otherwise. We'll just redo all of this. We probably have robot support from the side. It's going to be fine. And yeah, so we've got the elevated rail things going in the background. The other thing I wanted, like I quite like the idea of just having Nauvis building a bunch of modules in the background while we... Should you not be making these things now? Not enough green chips. Not enough green chips because... because the re-ingestion of green chips happens after you get your inserters, which means we can fix... Oh no, wait, it's still this one that needs the green chips. Mildly awkward? Okay, we do have a red belt. We do have a red belt of green chips through here, so I think the way we're going to fix that is you get to be red belt and you get to be red belt, and we've already done this with the iron. And you get to be red belt, and now we're going to have a lot more chips floating through here, which is going to be fine. Okay, let's find... If this is a red belt of stuff, and we are doing this with multiple yellow belts of stuff, which is also... Okay, first of all, let's just check how much space this takes up, because I don't think it's going to fit in here. Actually, it does. We can do this as red belts of items. Okay, that I think does mean that we will do that. So let's grab... We needed 2 for iron and then maybe another 3 for copper. So let's grab all of these things. We are going to need to... Yeah, these guys have all got the uncommon modules. We're going to need to swap a lot of these modules down to tier 1 modules because the base doesn't have these modules yet. Oh well, never mind, don't worry about it. Yeah, I think we are going to go... I think we are going to go to Gleba, because that means that... we would need 1, 2, maybe 3 red belts of copper for this. But also because these things are set up weirdly, we can actually just stage it back here and be weird but not worry about it. Okay. Yeah, I think we are going to go to Gleba and then also do a bunch of these module upgrades. Oh yeah, module upgrades. I just said those had the modules that we didn't want in them. We want speed modules of any quality to go to common speed modules. We want we want the same of prod mods to go to any kind of prod mod. And we want to drag this over these guys so they actually get the modules that we have. And then there are the requests for... Do we actually have those? Maybe not. I think we can just build them... No, let's downgrade, and then re-upgrade those as well. These guys of any quality to common quality. Yeah, I think we are actually going to set up for... We can revert that change later. Yeah, I think we are going to go to Gleba, which means we need to think about what we would want to take to Gleba. Also, do we have... Are there any... Okay, so exoskeletons are actually a thing we would want to be equipping before we go to Gleba. And yeah, we've still got a pile of research to do. Just actually, the better efficiency modules are a thing that we would like to do to take to Gleba as well, because even the productivity modules don't change that much, really. We've still got a huge amount of this stuff through here. Okay, yeah, the way that biochambers work, efficiency modules will save us nutrients, which is pretty good. Okay, I think we're going to plug this in, make this work again, and then think about... Yeah, because we are still... no, we are not. Let's have this further down. We are not actually fully utilizing this buffer. We would like to be upgrading all of this stuff to say here, and then going like this will do a better job of emptying this buffer into the red chips. And we've still kind of got... did we... Yeah, we upgraded all of these guys. We didn't upgrade... I guess we're also going to upgrade all of these guys? Do we just want to reorganize this fully as red belt? Maybe? I don't think we're going to bother with that yet. I think we're just going to smash some upgrades in here. Not even worry about it. We should have all of these things in the mall. And some point later... Oh, blue belt was another thing we wanted to figure out how to do. Because we're not really doing that yet. And all of these modules have gone in, which means we can remodule them to the things we actually wanted, which were speed, prod, and efficiency modules. And the efficiency modules wanted to go to rare, and then the speeds wanted to go to uncommon, and the prods also wanted to go to uncommon. Drag this over these guys. So now all of the mall still has other fun things that it's trying to do. Yeah, oh, are you going back to Gleba again? You are just starting to get to Gleba. And it is still... Yeah, we do need... We're going to take hits here, aren't we? Oh no, we're going to be fine because it's actually going to be wall. So we need to be... I don't even think that it's... We need to be sending up more iron. I think we just need more ammunition construction. How much? 2.6, 2.6, 1.2. So you guys are still... You guys are still all limited. I don't think we can speed any of these things up because we would then worry about not having enough space science, which is going to be a problem. This side, we could think about speeding these up. Yeah. So this is one of the unfortunate cases. We are over-engineered for some of our parts, but then the other parts we are actually under-engineered in a way that we did probably should have seen coming. I think we were always worried about this ship being too large. Oh well, let's connect up some more red chips. Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Somehow we got this locomotive deleted. I think we would actually like you to go to this station until just I interact with you again, because we haven't got... Maybe this is a really good time to do the fuel reloading interrupt. Actually, this is probably a really good time to do the fuel loading interrupt. Yeah, the base was sad about not having low density structure, which we noticed when we were upgrading the modules and the rocket silos, which we don't really need. Hopefully the labs... I don't think that Stronger Explosives 3 is the thing that does anything with the labs like that, does it? Anyway, so we've now got this train loaded for fuel again. What happens if we grab this and we add an interrupt? We're just going to call it fuel. We are being uncreative at the moment. Yeah, no, I was trying to figure out if we could allow interrupting. Is this... which way round is this? Which allows the interrupt to trigger while another interrupt is in progress. I think the fuel we would like to be able to trigger. So the interrupt station is going to be the fuel station, but the conditions, we've got a couple of fuel conditions, and I don't know how they interact with each other. And the thing is, at the moment, we are also figuring out how to move this to other trains is going to be a thing as well. Yeah, because this train, all of these trains at this point have fully fueled because they're in the fuel area of the base. Whereas if we pick, say, this train, you are... How? Oh, because we only ever gave you one stack of fuel. Interesting. But all of your locomotives also have the same amount of fuel, which is mildly inconvenient. I wanted to find a locomotive that had different... Yeah, find a train that had different amounts of fuel in some of its locomotives so that we could... Okay, 15 and 14. So this train, we should be able to add an interrupt. So at least we have the fuel interrupt in... Yeah, we've got the fuel interrupt in a place where we can add it to the other trains easily. Yeah, I wanted to look at what the fuel all locomotives and fuel any locomotives and what the difference was between these. Please... okay, I was gonna... Yeah, we're in a different modal window. Okay, whatever. Yeah, because we're looking at the rocket fuel and what do these different counters tell us? So fuel all is the largest, or at least the common one, and the fuel any is the one we want to be looking at, because one of these trains has... Yeah, this one has 54. This one also has 54 because it's always going the same direction. This one, the route is shorter or something, and so it's got 55 fuel. Okay, good. So the interrupt we want is going to be fuel any, and then I think less than... say 12? 12 seems like an arbitrary but fine number. And then so here the fueling interrupt is going to be all locomotives fully... What did I add there? Full fuel. All locomotives fully fueled. Okay, so that's going to be the interrupt that we want. Can we change the name of this thing? Yes. I would like this to be, let's call this fuel interrupt, because it is the fuel interrupt. Let's call it, where is the rocket fuel intermediate? So many intermediates that we have not even seen yet. Let's go 4 fuels in this, and then in the middle of this we're going to call this Erica, because the refueling station is the... Yeah, the refueling station that we're heading back to is the Erica fuel station. So now if we have any of the locomotives having less than 12 rocket fuel, then this interrupt should send us back to the refueling station until everyone has all of their stuff, right? So you go back to... Yeah, you go back here and you are full, so you're waiting to go somewhere else, which is the plan. And then we should be able to find this acid train and also add an interrupt, add the same interrupt. If we fire this interrupt, We are sad because we have no way to get there. However, this train should now still go to... how did we... I did not think we... I guess that also had the fuel interrupt before we did anything about it, which is fine. And then this is doing exactly what we expected. We've got the boxes of fuel here, which will buffer a whole lot of stuff. And then you are also just going to go back to the station where you might need your acid. And if we check the fuel, we are now fully fueled. Okay, so we're also still making rocket fuel. That's fine. We are also not actually making... Yeah, we're just going to throw some efficiency modules in here because we've got them sitting around. Probably... oh yeah, let's just do... Actually, we can do this in one thing now, can't we? So we've got some other train... These were going to be... Were these going to be copper trains? Maybe one was going to be steel train. But the point being, we have an interrupt which will do the refueling, which we can now propagate to the other trains. I think the iron ore trains are going to be the ones that are going to need this interrupt first, but you know, all of them are going to get it. We have sorted out our train supply. We've now got fuel interrupts for all of these guys, which is great because it means we don't need to worry about them as much. We are using copper from further away, richer mining patches to support the local copper, which is now going to be here for ages because we're not even mining all of it. Never mind, don't worry about it. And it turns out that purple science is all going nice and hard. We've got steel from the outpost as well, and the thing that it's slow for is actually stone bricks for furnaces. So I think we just leave it like that and we don't worry about it for a while. I think it's going to be fine. Let's also get yeah, let's put some of these red chips in the logistics network just because we can, because I think that's going to be helpful. Why do we have that side loading bug going on? Why aren't we taking... Okay, whatever, cool, great, fine, it's nice. Okay, I think we are going to resign ourselves to set up to go to Gleba. It wasn't going to be my first choice of planets in this run, but we're going to need some things for that. Because we're also thinking about quality armor and also about yellow science, which is not running because it doesn't have enough flying robot frames. All of these things we are going to address at once. So first of all, yeah, we got a pile of tier 2 productivity modules which we're going to slap into all of these things. It's going to be fine, don't worry about it. Yeah, you guys as well? I reckon you guys as well. Actually, is there a spot, and I think there might be, where we can upgrade prod mod 1s of... Nope, that's not what we wanted. These guys, yeah, prod mod 1s of any quality, and also speed mod 1s of any quality. He said, doing the actual thing he was talking about, but getting the narration the wrong way around, to places where we might be able to free up some of the other modules we wanted. Yeah, specifically down here, because I think we are still asking for a lot of modules that we maybe don't need, and all of these guys could just be upgraded. So let's just do that. And then can we also just have more of... I mean, we don't need... We can see that this is not running, but never mind. And also we might have 4.9, and we've got 2 inserters out, and we've also got stack size 2. So we might be inserter bottlenecked there until we get those upgrades, never mind. Yeah, let's go back to the yellow science problem that we were allegedly going to solve with this same bunch of stuff in here. Yeah, somehow we managed to not upgrade all of those things. It's fine. These guys also want to get all that stuff upgraded, and then I think... So yeah, so that's partly for yellow science, and then we also, yeah, I wanted to beacon this as well, which I think means we're going to have to pivot this a little bit and get rid of these boxes, but also have all of this stuff in the logistic network. And because if we're going to Gleba, one of the things we are thinking about is taking everything to make a bunch of silos there, because that's the easiest way to run Gleba, but also to be able to take bots, to be able to take roboports, and then also doing armor at quality. I think we want to go underground here to be able to put beacons in there. We've flipped all of these things around so that we can get rid of a lot of the stuff through the middle, and various bits and pieces might be going into logistic storage, but that's fine. And then somewhere we have, this is a tier 1 beacon. I think we can probably throw tier 2 beacons in here. I think the base is, yeah, just waiting on quality beacons, which means, well, okay, waiting on quality modules for beacons, which means these 2s can just go in the middle, and the 2s can also just go in the middle over here. Yeah, we're just going to leave those like that, because I think we need the extra speed, probably. And the other thing I wanted to do was, where would this fit? If we go here and here and here, then the idea is more electric engines, but also at quality. Like so. And then if we put these guys in here, I think we might need to upgrade both of these assemblers, because the plan here is going to be some of these guys are going to be fast, and the others we are just going to, yeah, we can like speed module and prod mod these guys harder. I don't know if this guy is going to, you know what, we're not going to worry about it, we're just going to upgrade all those things and not even care. And so yeah, this, how many, you're making 0.14, but we need more than that. Okay, the other thing we should do while we're here is, I guess down here, is this going to be these parts? I mean, just because it's next to the other electric engines, but we want to go filter for greater than normal quality, so that we can also just grab all of these electric engines that are better than normal quality, and then all of the engines at some standard kind of quality just fall into the build. 0.19, 0.1, yeah, so we're still not quite making enough. You know what I think we could do? Where is the thing that's making these guys? How many of these do we have? I think that's enough to upgrade these guys and also this guy in a manner that means we're getting more quality electric engines out, is gonna be the plan. Because, yeah, we're doing it next. The exoskeleton will need electric engines and also steel plate and processing units, and I'm pretty sure the steel plate, other way around, let's look at the processing units first. I guess because we're doing all of these things into module upgrades, that could be curious, but we could do that with a request somewhere, whereas the steel plate is it in here? No, it's down here, isn't it? The steel plate, we have a large amount of uncommon, but not quite as much rare as we want. What quality were these? These guys were uncommon quality. I think we can bump these guys to rare quality just to get more stuff out, which is going to be nice. And then I think also, if we are thinking about building a better suit of armor, what would we want in it? Because we also, one of the quirks about this is we can't do, let's have a look at this from the technology menu, we can't actually do, yeah, the better armor is not one of our research options yet. We need to go to other mod planets to do, first of all, yeah, Vulcanus and Fulgoran accessibility, additional bullet damage research, additional mining productivity, and power armor are things that we can't get until we've gone to Eremos Prime. So that's the other quirk of trying to go to Rubia and taking a lot of damage, is that we don't even have power armor for that, so maybe quality modular armor is a thing we were already going to think about. Modular armor is Just steel and red chips, yeah. But actually I wanted to look at that again, where we're supposed to be. We will need 20. Are we going to try and do this? I think we try and do one exoskeleton at rare and another at uncommon, and try and get the modular armor at rare, which would mean we want a request for modular armor was okay, that's not the recipe, is it? Let's look at this thing again. 20 steel for one of these things and 50 for the other. So we are going to want 70 rare steel. Is that true? And then 20 uncommon steel. Mostly this was actually about reserving blue chips, wasn't it? Did we need... We only needed 10 rare blue chips. And then the electric engines, we don't worry about it all because we've got nothing else that's using electric engines of quality. 10 was the number we were saying? So 10 of these guys, and then 10 of the uncommons, thanks. Red chips, I've got a feeling that we have, because we've been knocking these red chips out for a bit. We do not need to worry about the red chip volume. Yeah, okay. But the reason why we would like more steel is if we are doing... Yeah, like we can do... Okay, we don't have any uncommon solar panels because we're trying to throw them all into the grid and it's fine. But I don't think we are going to get the amount of rare steel we need to do the armor and the legs and also a bunch of rare solar panels. So I think the steel... I think the solar panels might be at uncommon. But yeah, that is... is that everything I wanted to do for... Oh, this must just be a faster tech, yeah, because the red and green signs is not even getting all the way down. Oh, well. Is that everything I wanted to do over here? All these guys are moduled. These guys are still struggling because we have not given these guys... Do we have... Maybe you need... Maybe we're just going to try and give you some uncommon speed 2s. It's fine. Okay. Other things we wanted to do... Okay, batteries are also fine. It's just getting the electric engines out. Actually, how's lubricant? This looks like lubricant is going down. Okay. We're just going to go, like, yeah, 2 of these and a speed module, and don't even worry about it. It'll be fine. Okay, we've still got a lot, yeah. We are not super concerned. Okay, the other thing that we're going to do is... Yeah, we've got all of this elevated rail that we can start to do things with, and I don't particularly have plans. So we've also got a whole bunch of the refined concrete that we could put somewhere as well. But I think the first thing we want to do with the elevated rail is figure out ways to make the train network better, starting with this spot. I don't know how much space we're going to need to make this work. Do we have... we do have... Okay, if you go over here, and you go, I guess, here, I don't feel good about that, but I wanted this space... Actually, we could have... Yeah, we could have these guys here, which is going to be fine. We can have a space here for fancy rail ramps, regular rail ramps, and then also rail supports, because we have these things now, and I would like to be able to figure out where these can go, and then to see if we can connect this stuff up. Are these poles in the way? Yeah, because now we can bridge this gap. Okay, we're going to need to move this to the other side and this to the other side. Is that going to... we've got a bit of redundancy through here, but not as much as I would like, so we're just going to tap this thing in, and now we're going to be connected on both sides, okay? And then we can throw this bit here in a way that means we can connect this piece of track that goes nowhere but I am still liking this as a concept because it means we can run... Like, where did I want... I think what I wanted at this point, these two lines here, if we can go into the air, I think we... Yeah, I think the plan is going to be these stackers that go to all the various resources that come into the front of the base. I think we have a path that comes in this way, for which we are going to need extra... Can we... That's too far. Extra support here. This is still things we don't care about. Yeah, extra support here into rail this way. I think we've also got this line of rail which can also kind of head over, and what we want to do is get these lines of rail through here. We would like this to get into the air and then to be able to run all the way through here. Is that going to be what we want? I think that's going to be what we want. And just to run all of this through here, and then continue to run it in this direction, and then up. In a way that means we can connect to this later. We can give another way to get all the trains access to the hub, and we are going to need some robo support, I guess like this. I think that's going to connect to these guys. Looks like it does. Let's get all these rocks out of the way because we are continuing to harvest the rocks for the machine. I think I just deleted a rail support. There, put the rail support back and then delete the rocks. Okay, and then the other branch of this rail we also want to ram through here somehow. It's not overly surprising the pump jack's in the way. Can we just go around the pump jacks a little? Thanks. This is also a little bit in the way, isn't it? Can we... Okay, can we... Where is it? Like, the interface with... I don't mind putting another little bit of double-sided rail in here, as long as we can get the rest of this out. Here, I guess, is where we're going? Sure. Yep, happy with this. And then we just continue northwards. All the way up here? I guess all the way up here. So we can do a better job of having a rail spine, which will let our trains do happier things. We do need to signal all of this. In particular, this bit in here is going to need to be chain here and signal here, because all of this is going to be... Okay, the elevated stuff we're going to try and make good double-sided signal stuff, because we've got these double-sided tracks everywhere, which is nice. We'll get around to signaling that later. Other than that little intersection which has to dance over things that probably aren't moving for a long while, oh well. Yeah, and then we've got an intersection we can build here later to give all the trains in the main hub better access to a variety of things. We are going to need additional Roboport support in... Let's put it here. And then also here. So it should definitely connect on this side. Yep. And then we've got some other rocks which we can grab, and some other rocks which we can grab. All of that is going to be fine. Yeah, and then an intersection here which needs to go into both of these, which we also need to signal kind of properly, and we've also got a kind of awkward place in several ways. I guess we're definitely going to want to run underneath the rail for at least some of it, so we can do this without needing chain signals probably, although this is also a two-way... Actually, yeah, this is a good point. Both of these are at this point two-way interfaces, because some of them are two-way to this piece of also two-way track, and then the rest are going to be... Yeah, this interface here can also be two-way. Oh well. Other things... Yeah, okay, other things we wanted to definitely do... in preparation for Gleba specifically. Actually, how's the military science going? Military science is fine. Why are you guys not running? Okay, yeah, so we have again found ourselves in the situation of we need to be able to pull the... When we messed up the commonality of the copper, we need to be able to pull stuff that isn't any of this uncommon stuff off the side of this thing. Oh well. I think we're also just gonna slap this, slap these beacons with our speed modules. It's gonna be fine, and then you guys are gonna get faster. I think we would like... Okay, first of all, I'm not actually sure, but we are just going to smash some more speed modules into those grenades because I think we might need it, and then we're also not going to worry about whether or not we need those. We're just going to get it done, which is fine. And I wanted to wonder and generally... Wait, I also wanted to check, because it has been running for a while, how are these chests? And the answer is we've got... Oh, because we're also not pulling... Yeah, I think we pull the... Actually, we only need one of these at the moment. That's how we deal with that. It's going to be fine. Yeah, give you all the stuff, give you the output stuff. Wait, if we've also got... Oh, they were also only quality 1 modules. Which I think is fine, because the point where... The direction we're going with here... Actually, can we have... one of these going this way, but then a blacklist, so we can do this. Okay, no, we need to just manage this a little better, I guess, yeah, because I've got all this stuff. Yeah, I don't think I need to be moving that stone around. That was just to send into space, which is a thing we want to revisit, but a thing I want to revisit first, also thinking about why are we not... I thought we were making speed modules. I thought we were putting speed modules in boxes. Is this because we are still making... Is this because we're still making assembler 3s? We are... Delivery 7. We are still making assembler 3s. Okay, whatever. Other things we are definitely going to need to go to Gleba include slowdown capsules. And... This is a place where we have stone and steel and coal, which is going to feel bad, but whatever, deal with it. If we send all of these guys underground, then we can have an I've got a quality assembler 3, never mind. That, actually, we didn't want to send steel underground. We wanted to send steel like so. Sure, so that we can make slowdown capsules here, which are one of the main ways we're going to deal with stompers really early. They're going to have a bad time, it's going to suck for them. They'll deal with it. They will actually not deal with it. We will shoot them in the face till they explode with our shotguns. But other than that, I think we just get 6 stacks with some speed. How fast are you guys going now? You guys are still a really slow process. So I don't necessarily mind giving you all that speed, because we will just need all of those slowdown capsules. That is, like, poison capsules are another thing we have not really put in the network yet. Also, you know what we wanted to put in the network? We wanted to put... Is this a better place for green? Where are green chips currently getting into the network? Is it down by the... Are bots flying all the way down here? They are. Okay. Storage chest this as well, just so we pull those ones out first. It's fine, don't worry about it. Yeah, 6 stacks? I think 10 stacks of these guys, and then I think we want a similar thing for red chips, but maybe only 1 for red chips, and also maybe only 1 for blue chips. And we're making this area pretty nasty. On the other hand... It's fine, don't worry about it. We weren't gonna... I mean, if we have a car, we're still gonna be driving through this area anyway, in which case I think we want to try and move this pole here so that this area through here is more likely where we drive. Okay, so we have automated slowdown capsules, we have all of these other parts going, yeah, we have steel in the network, we have iron in the network somewhere else. We're putting, actually, I've got a bunch of the stuff that, okay, I did not want to give you such good modules. You get quite good modules, but not the best modules. Okay, what is the tech queue doing at the moment? Yeah, I think there's still a lot of stuff we need. Inserter capacity 7 is the one that gives us the third slot for the long-handed inserter, which I think is going to be pretty big. This is a lot of purple and yellow science. Yeah, bot worker cargo capacity is also going to be pretty big. I don't know that we have that much purple science, because this is still a lot of purple science. So let's find better explosives, and then also there are things that are just red and blue and military and green that will spread out the usage of purple a bit. Like the lab research speed could be good, the Covrix could be good, researching how to get to other planets are good, but yeah, the steel productivity is, like, how much purple science do we have in boxes at the moment? Still really not much. I mean, we are kicking out, it's a decent amount. Oh well, we're not going to worry about that at all. The other thing I wanted to do was monitor this ship a little more, because we've got both of these things sitting around, currently filled up on, actually not even filled up on space science, just being sad about the number of rocks that are getting to Nauvis. And another good reason to go to Gleba is, I mean, besides the prod mods and the stack inserters and all that kind of stuff, actually, could we be a little more aggressive about how we wall this stuff, so that this, yes, so that these grabbers on the side are less likely to die. And I think we want to send this guy to Gleba, and then actually do a couple of things. Check how much ammunition we've got on the hull, and it's 800, and how much we've got on the belt, and it's a bit over 900. I want to see how many bullets we use, and figure out if we can tune the number. Yeah, because this is saying we want 600 on the belt, and then we will start letting, yeah, if we need more than, if we have less than 600, and so the combinator says the result is positive because we want them, then we will let these guys in from the hub, and then not it's not on those, it's on this inserter here that says the hub is going to go up to 800 bullets. And so I just want to kind of watch this go backwards and forwards and see when it completes a trip, how many bullets does it use? Because it strikes me that a thing we could do is go Gleba time passed and add conditions, because this is, yeah, this is already doing read contents. If we do item count bullets, normal bullets, bigger than, say, 600, I'm depending on what this, because this means that, I mean, there's a couple of things going on. This assembler is just trying to put ammunition directly on a belt. This assembler is trying to put it back in the hub and then back onto the belt. And the rate at which we are, didn't we? Ah, no, it was this one that we changed. Okay, so the next thing to do is also going to be to reconcile the different changes we have made to the two versions of this ship. And yeah, basically pay attention to whether we get to Gleba, figure out what we need to tweak, if we need to tweak something, because being able to have these things just run would be great. Yeah, this is the other ship that I am also not on at the moment, and we've made some changes, and I think we're kind of happy with it. Probably. There's more storage for all kinds of rocks down here, so that we are pulling more stuff off the belt. We've also changed the limits on the belt, so we're looking for actually fewer. We're letting the bullets run down more, which also means that this will cut off sooner when we are at any particular location, which means that this assembler will fill up the bullet store in the hub, and this assembler gets to work longer just putting bullets back on the belt, because it will go back up to 900 from this or whatever. But yeah, when we run out of bullets, when we are going towards a place, we are still running these bullets out as we are, yeah, trying to shoot all the rocks out the way. We also did just end up going wider than we needed to, in the sense that, like, look at all the rocks that we are not grabbing. We were building a ship like this to make sure that we would be able to grab all these ice rocks, and then we are filled up on ice rocks and not actually trying to grab them. So yeah, definitely built the ship wider than we had to, and then situations like this are, okay, that actually didn't last too long. These guys all got the stuff they needed, and it's fine. This is probably a wall, whatever. Yeah, so I think this, and then I think we still need to play around with the schedule a bit more, but I think mostly we are happy with the idea of waiting for bullets in certain places as well. Probably here is also going to need a bullets check. Item count, bullets, what is that? Walls, fine. Yeah, also still greater than maybe 800, maybe 600. We're gonna need a couple more runs of this probably, but yeah, we need to deal with this problem of all of these, because we can survive a journey just fine, like we just did. The issue is that we don't have... Actually, there's a couple of issues. First of all, that we don't have enough time for these assemblers to make the bullets we need to for a ship that's, you know, wider than we need to shoot all the asteroids out of the way that we still need to. But also, specifically around Gleba, there aren't that many iron rocks around. It's mostly carbonic rocks, a couple of ice rocks, better ice rocks than around Nauvis, but that's also the reason why we have all of this iron rock storage here as well, is that we do tend to run this down when we are around Gleba and orbit, and we do just need to be able to make bullets faster. And we also upgraded all of these guys' modules to try and help make those bullets faster. And yeah, the other situation is when we have been in operation for a while, these guys run down their bullet store, and then there isn't necessarily the iron for this assembler to make all the bullets it wants to. But I think we're probably fine now. We've decided that we're heading back. We've got the bullets in the hub. We've also got another 800 bullets on the belt, so this is probably fine. Yeah, I think at this point we have some ships that we can more or less run backwards and forwards between Gleba. I guess this is another good idea. Yeah, another good reason to go, what, 15,000, 10,000, going even further and not necessarily knowing what kind of asteroids. Does this tell us what kind of asteroids are around Rubia? Not really, but it contains train stations and spidertrons. Okay, wild. We'll worry about that in a bit later. And Gleba is, yeah, 0.0007 evolution. We have activated Gleba by dropping some empty barrels and maybe spent nuclear fuel to it. Why are we... Okay, we are still running. We're just running it at less than... This blue science is backed up and this buffer has filled up, but this blue science is still running and it's fine. Okay, that's why all of these guys are stopped. I'm not going to worry about it. Let's check in with these guys. Yeah, we've got all of those as well. We can take those to Gleba. It'll be a good time. Yeah, I think both of these guys, we probably just want to head back to Nauvis and then actually start defining some shopping lists and then worry about getting to Rubia after we are somewhat stable at Gleba. So Yellow Science is struggling a little because we've been just blasting away at this tech and it's still not fully running because we don't have the drone frames, because we don't have the batteries. So I think we fix this by... I mean, we could module this, couldn't we? Couldn't we just grab this and smash it here? If we put 3 of them in a row, and then we get rid of the middle one, we will have 2 beacons on many of these guys, and then I think we also just go module, upgrade... let's find, yeah, do this, do some upgraded speed modules as well, upgrade these speed modules, we need to give them power. Let's pretend that we have just solved Yellow Science, but I think we need to pivot out of the Yellow Science, and yeah, we're trying to do a lot of things with Yellow and Purple Science that we don't necessarily have. We have a lot of Blue, we have a lot of Military, we have a lot of Space Science, so maybe Covarex is the thing we just drop into the front of the plan, and then I think we're probably going to need to bounce some of these things. How many are you? 36, that might work. Let's presume that, oh wait, no, because we may not have enough copper. We may just be... Yeah, it only looked like we had enough copper for the batteries because the red science was kind of backed up. So we're just going to presume that we can fix this thing like so. Yeah, there's copper that's not moving here. All of that can go faster. That's going to be fine. Yeah, we fixed it. It's good. So if we are going to Gleba, we are going to need more modules, specifically efficiency modules. And so I think we do a thing where I kind of want to copy and paste this entire thing and just drop another block of it on top. So here are some green... Yeah, here are some... can we... Yeah, whatever. It's going to be fine. Where's a red splitter? Here's a red splitter that we can have, that we can just drop here. Here is half a belt of green and red chips that can just be doing a thing. We could also... We could have split this. Yeah, there were many options for how we did that, whatever. And then, yeah, this Logibot section I think we want to keep. But I think this whole section here, because we're feeling silly and cheeky, flip that around, put it here. And then, wait, we got more inserters than we actually needed, because we have put these guys on the same line. And the question is, okay, one of the questions is, do we have more speed? Do we need more speed modules, or do we need more prod mods? And I think the answer is, we are going to need more speed mods, and we've kind of got a lot of both of them already. So we're going to leave these prod mods, especially if we're going to Gleba and we're getting prod mod 3s, we're going to need a lot of prod mods sitting around, and these guys can instead just change to efficiency modules. 3 efficiency modules here. These guys can be efficiency module 2s for the first time. Bots are probably all turning up with this stuff. Yeah, sure, whatever. And then change some of these filters to efficiency modules, change some of these filters to efficiency modules, and I think all of these other requests that are sitting around are just for... These are just for quality of level 1 module, and I don't think I care about that. In fact, this here might be the exact module swap we need, because all of the steel manufacturing is complaining about not being able to... Yeah, we're just gonna upgrade this in a big swing and it's gonna be fine. Maybe we have those modules, maybe we're manufacturing them now, and then the other place is in the blue chips, isn't it? Oh yeah, both the... We are asking for better, all the rare quality blue chips, and then also... Aren't you guys just asking for efficiency modules? Whatever, yeah, we're just going to upgrade all these blue chips as well. It's going to be fine, but not the ones at the... Oh wait, we could swing it over these because we are doing quality module things here as well, aren't we? We can swing it over all of this, and we're just going to not request changes to the quality module. So that's all fine. And now we've got a big shortage of prod mods, which is kind of what we planned because we just built more of those anyway. It's going to be fine. We're going to be using more blue chips, which means those blue chips will get to flow more, which means we will get a better chance to, yeah, pull out more of these quality blue chips. I think if we're going to Gleba, we don't even bother with the armor. I think we faff around with the circuit conditions a bit. Setting this up in space, we are going to need a whole lot of things for which hopefully we have space, maybe we don't, whatever. We are going to need silo stuff. Silo ingredients, because we're not actually going to be smelting anything at Gleba. Yeah, more of these guys. Roboports? Where are roboports? We're going to need roboports, probably, yeah, let's get 20 of these guys, because why not? And then we're going to need the drone frames and the other things for making the robots. I forget what heating towers are made out of, other things that are useful to have at Gleba, but I think it might just be a bunch of heating pipe. We're just going to send a bunch of stuff up and not really worry about it. Oh, we've already got jumpstart solar panels. Is this everything we need? Oh, we need combat stuff. Do we want landmines? Let's just take a couple of landmines. Hopefully we have space for it. We hopefully have launch capacity for it. We definitely have all these things sitting around on the planet and it's gonna be fine. Somewhere, allegedly, we have some rare quality module 2s. And I think we only want... are we doing anything with these other than making biochambers make better biochambers? I don't think we are, but I think we also want a small number of mining drills for things like landfill. I think there's a version of the suit of armor where we can take to, like, we might be able to drop to the planet beginning with R, which I've forgotten even what it's called now because I've resigned myself to not going there. We're going to Gleba instead. Like, we want this to be better legs, but we also don't have the specifically the electric engine sitting around at the quality we need to, so whatever. I think I'm just going to have bots dump all this stuff, and maybe I'm going to be slightly more careful about it. I think it's time to go to space and then go to Gleba. And we are no longer on Nauvis. Very exciting. Oh, actually, we set this up for passenger present, didn't we? We didn't want that at all. We just wanted this to keep going. Are these the conditions I want? I think I want this to be... Oh yeah, no, this is the amount of stuff that's in there at the moment. 600 was the number I was thinking about actually wanting. Cool. So, we are on our ship. I believe we... Did we even get all of the beacons we wanted? Satisfaction. Okay, the uncommon beacons we didn't really get. Some of the upgraded modules we didn't get. Where even are those? Yeah, over here. No big deal. We've got most of the things we want. Why don't we have space music? I like the space music. We've got more cargo landing pads than we need. No big deal. We are on our way to Gleba, and it is slow. It did take us a while to get here because, you know, look how far we are through Coverx. Oh well. It's also struck me that we did forget two reasonably important things in the schedule when we did this. And yeah, here's the barrels that we dropped all that time ago that's kind of kicked this thing off. And yeah, let's throw... not those guys. There's a lot of ore around, which I guess I should not be surprised about. We're going to have this thing anywhere. We have already found some trees. I think I would like to build the storage further away in this direction if we can. And then, yeah, let's go back to... Let's go and drop all the useful things that we would need. We would like the heat pipe, we would like the power grid and the other power grid. We would like the roboports. Give me some inserters, give me some belts, give me some tanks, give me all the steel. This is why we dropped the storage pods, so that we would be able to drop a lot more. Let's maybe not drop the stuff we're trying to turn into ammunition yet. Give me all of this stuff as well. The thing that I realized we had not added, first of all, copper for gun turrets, but we can deal with that. We're going to replace the grid start menu item with a request for 200 rocket fuel, because that was one of the things we were trying to kick off. Yeah, drop all of this stuff. Is there anything else down here? Bullets, wall grabbers. Oh, let's get the combat stuff as well. Not that combat stuff. I've got 38 gun turrets. I can't drop half of these, can we? We're going to grab all of those. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. And then the other platform can also have, yeah, all of this stuff, and then also the grid jump start to also get the rocket fuel. And let's just keep these guys on their schedules. And you are going to sit here until you've made ammunition and you've got some rocks to do that. And hopefully we are collecting rocks faster than we're using it. Oh, well, never mind. And we should now have a whole pile of stuff in here, including... Yeah, put the barrels back. Very silly. Is this going to be enough? Yeah, I think I only want, at this point, only 50 personal roboports. Let's get some of this stuff. Let's get the gun turrets. Yeah, well, there's a bunch of stuff we could get around to building later. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Should we start with... Oh, you know what we should start with? Are you still around here? Did you not drop... Yeah, drop all of these power poles. And actually all of the stack inserters. We might need some pipe as well. I mean, that is why we're here. We're actually... Oh, yeah, all of the stuff that we actually don't... We don't have chem plants in this list. Maybe we should have chem plants in this list. Maybe we should just build more. Let's get all of the beacon stuff, because why not? Okay, fine, great. Yeah, let's have a little run around and see whether or not we can find the things we need. I was going to... Yeah, I decided that I was going to run down to these fruit. These are at least the correct fruit for helping us run faster. And oh hey, there's already some dudes here, which is fine. They're not really concerned. I mean, all these guys are gonna have to get out the way at some point, aren't they? Okay, this is the kind of smelting we are doing. I don't think we're doing bacterial duplication at all, and as long as we don't have any of the Logibots around, we can just pick all those up. I wanted copper as well, because we wanted gun turret things. And I think the first thing we want to do is just set up... We wanted to set up some concrete, which is why we're getting all the iron ore. We also wanted to set up landfill, because that's going to be an important part of it. Yeah, all of this, whatever. Okay, all of these guys may as well come with us. I forget exactly what we have to do to activate... yeah, do this to help us run faster. I forget exactly what it is we have to do to unlock all the various tech things. We could check with the tree, but I would also rather not. Yeah, we've got a lot of iron ore around here, don't we? Let's get the furnaces. Let's get some power stuff. Do we want some belt? I don't think we want... I think we're going to want a couple of boxes, which is fine because we've got all this stuff sitting around. And then I think the cheeky plan for how we're going to do this is... Did we drop assemblers? Did we not drop assemblers? Are you still in orbit? I did not drop assemblers. Okay, that feels kind of silly. I guess we could get some assembler tools, but I'd rather just wait because we've got other things to set up. Yeah, let's have... Oh, we didn't bring any other kinds of undergrounds either, did we? Never mind. Things we are not super concerned about. Maybe we should have, for all the Gleba stuff we want. Mostly I wanted to be able to put the jelly stems on the hotbar all of this power grid. It was going to be a quick adventure, he said. Yeah, throw some of these things down like that. Are you guys not getting... There is where you're going to get coverage. Okay, whatever. We've found a bit of daytime, we've got a bit of the stuff cooking, it's probably fine. We're also going to want landfill. I think we are going to resign ourselves to maybe making a couple of these. Oh, we could make a tower instead. A thing we do need is an offshore pump, because we've got to figure out where all of this stuff will go. Can we make heating towers yet? What did we... Oh, did we need to grab copper rocks to make heating towers? So let's go and see if we can find some copper rocks. Our ship has arrived above Gleba, which is great, because it means we can just start dropping, you know, more silo stuff that we want. Are we worried about putting too much stuff in... Oh, here we can get some samplers, this is good. Yeah, are we worried about putting too much stuff on the ground? I don't think we are. 47 is going to be vastly more than we need, whatever. Get some more power, and then... Where's the fuel that I wanted? We have the fuel. Yeah, we wanted a landfill thing here. The rest of... Where is the rest of this iron ore? Is a place we can make concrete here, for which we have some amount of stuff. This is going to be fine, isn't it? Concrete. Maybe we should also figure out where some water is? If we put our heat exchangers... It's fine. We've got these heat exchangers, we've got the heat pipe, we've got the turbines, we just need to remember what it takes to make the heating towers, and hope that we brought all the stuff with us. It takes us boilers and concrete, which is stone and pipe, the heat pipe we have, so I think we are fine. So we've got ourselves a heating tower. In fact, I think we have 2 heating towers at this point. We're not really going to worry so much about exactly... Oh yeah, maybe we should get some repair packs. Oh well. Yeah, have a bunch of fuel. Oh wait, that's going to... These heating towers just run regardless of whether or not... Yeah, I think we don't want to give you all of that yet. Put some of it back in here because we want to make sure that each of these inserters works. If the temperature, I think we've got to have this as a circuit condition as well, don't we, is less than, say, 600. And you are going to read temperature, and then we're just going to copy all of that configuration to here. We're going to remember that maybe power would also be a cool thing that everyone would like to have. And we're also using, yeah, this water as the method through which we get concrete, which is fine. We're going to come back online pretty soon because, yeah, we've got all the stuff. And so I think the other thing we do now is we just go, hey, would we like to make some rocket silos? Because we've got, actually the other thing we're going to need is pipe, which we can manage of the various ways we could do it. Yeah, we're just going to turn all that iron into pipe. It's going to be fine. We're going to grab a bunch of stuff that's going to be useful from the hub and then just put it back here. Yeah, give me all of these things. You just have the stuff you want. Sure, we are. Oh, we did also finish Covarex. That's very exciting. Okay, so if you go here, we can have 2 of these guys making concrete. There was something else was there something else we wanted concrete for? Okay, let's check with, what else did we want the stone for? Oh, we wanted stone for landfill, so we should also set that up over here, I guess. Let's find ourselves landfill. This is a silly place, isn't it? We want it somewhere that we can get a lot more inserters into it. We've got a couple of these boxes at this point, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, you have all of that. Okay, so we are making... We're actually not quite making concrete, are we? We want all these guys to be running, which they are. It's fine. The grid is still a bit sad because we are... I guess we're not all up to temperature. Oh, because also these... Okay, we have not done a good job appreciating exactly how much heating these guys need. Do we want more of those? We probably want more of those. We're not going to worry about it yet. Okay. We could go and get some more fruit. We could make sure that everyone in here has all the stuff they need. Do I want... I don't think I want more than... Yeah, give me some of this. We're going to get some more iron. It's going to be fine. We're still making plate. We are still making silos. We're going to put some silos in here. It's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Or do we have... We have you turning up an orbit for which we would like, I guess, more of the steel. I guess more of the fuel if you got fuel and you were apparently not around Nauvis long enough to get fuel. I don't think we even mind about that. Okay, let's look at the tech menu, and is it just harvesting Yamakos? Harvesting Yamakos, we get to make artificial soil, we get the biochamber. Those are the things we want, so eat one of these guys to go fast. We have a stomper, which is pretty important because it is a mechanism via which we will obtain eggs. So we've got the slowdown capsules. We don't have any bullets for our guns. I guess we're doing this entirely with the flamethrower, but it's probably fine. Yeah, get this guy slowed to start with. Get this thing out of our way. We do have a lot of flamethrower fuel. Oh, I guess we could do this. All those guys also have a rough time in the flame, and then this guy we're just going to continue to have set on fire. Oh, combat shotgun shells were the other thing that we wanted to do. Can bots get me these eggs out of the fire? Thanks. Can bots also bring me all of that stuff? Thanks. That is a wall on Nauvis that we don't care about. Okay, back to the hotbar with the brains. One of the things we have changed is we have changed the spoilage. I think I've given myself double spoilage timers just so that we can move around and then swap between the sizes of text that we're going to have to worry about. Yeah, give you all of... I did put more stuff over here. We've also got all the copper bacteria over here as well. That's all going to be fine. You guys are going to have a good time. And remind me again how we make a biochamber. Do we make a biochamber in an assembler at all? Why were you also not receiving... Why weren't you actually making the pipe? We required you to have the pipe, and then we also wanted you to have these things. Okay, you know what? Pipe. We're just going to hand feed you, get you all the pipe you need, give you all the pipe and concrete you need, and think about how to make biochambers, and it is... did we not get... Do we need to mash a thing in order to make a biochamber? We need to craft a nutrient in order to figure out how to make a biochamber. That is super viable because I believe we should be able to mash some Yamako, like so. Let's do this in a fancy way. We're going to be fancy about how we're going to mash our Yamako. We are going to do this with some speed and some productivity. Cool, good job, and then we should be able to make nutrients from... We cannot make nutrients from Yamako mash in an assembler. We have to make this stuff from spoilage, but we did pick up a bunch of spoilage while we picked up a bunch of this as well. So why are we not craft 10 nutrients? Okay, that's a thing we can do. We are on that. It's fine. We've got some Yamako mash. I don't remember what it took to make biochambers, but the plan is also going to be a very similar thing here. Yeah, let's finish that cycle and then try to make a biochamber, it does take nutrients. It also takes landfill, which is a thing that we have some over here, so that's fine. And we're just going to do exactly the same thing of take whatever you want, put it in, actually nearly, but not quite. Give me all this stuff back, because the very next thing we want to do is swap this guy for a biochamber and give it all of the quality modules, so that, yeah, you want to be making us the biochambers. Congratulations, you want all of the quality modules. You now want to be going and doing a thing, except that we need the nutrients first, don't we? So you should be able to make nutrients from Yamako mash. Yes. Go and do that a bunch, except we don't want the quality nutrients in it yet. Just like cool, great, fine, cool. Okay, now we can go back to making biochambers at quality with all the stuff. Nope, with all of the quality. And the question is, what else did I actually want to do today? Because we are getting, I think, almost everything we need. We've got like 7 biochambers. We've got a bunch of fruit to kick things off. We are continuing to make pipes. We are not continuing to make pipes. We could go and... Why are you not putting things in the hub? And why are we not fueling this stuff? I thought this was largely sorted. T greater than 600, you should be running. No power? This is, I guess we're still just not up to temperature yet. You guys keep going, I guess. What is your temperature? Oh yeah, we're still just not up to temperature. Okay, I'm fine. Just continue banging away at that. Did we get any of these guys into orbit? No, you are almost back at Nauvis, and you are almost here, and you would like to drop down. Yeah, stop asking for silo stuff, and then also drop down all the things we might like. Maybe this is, I think I just dropped a bunch of space science there, didn't we? Because things have been moving around. Oh well, also drop the orbital storage, drop vaguely useful combat things. You give me back all of your nutrients so that I can give this guy nutrients so that we can just hand feed a bunch of this stuff again. Nutrients from Yamako mash, mash jellies, bioflux from both of those. Nutrients from bioflux is what we want to get to, but we are going to need to... Oh, did we did that badly wrong. Never mind. Okay, I'm going to handcraft some... Can I handcraft nutrients? Sure. This is the wrong thing if we are trying to do well for our nutrient usage, isn't it? We kind of don't care about productivity because we've already got the innate productivity bonuses. The thing we really want is efficiency to reduce our nutrient usage. So now you guys should be able to... Yeah, it's fine. You guys are getting stuff done. You can start processing these brains out, start making bioflux, and then we can have nutrients from bioflux, and we are in a super great position to just be going at... Yeah, we're even getting these uncommon... Yeah, we are now... we are properly online. Actually... This one wants to not do this. We want to start breeding these pentapod eggs, which we can do down here. Remind me how we breed a pentapod egg. It's nutrients and water which we've given it. And so I think we just go... Okay, that's actually kind of silly, isn't it? We should be doing this a different way around, whereby we have this guy. This guy is going to be duplicating our eggs, have the stuff, you're going to be fine. We want to give you a water supply. We then want to go... maybe you could also go double speed, double efficiency. And we want this guy to be putting on this belt and taking off this belt. And then also we're going to need landfill, so I guess we're just going to go... we've got undergrounds, don't we? Fine. Yeah, Nauvis is going to continue beeping, and we're not even going to worry about it. Here is the line of stuff we want to realize through... More or less like so. I think this initial garbage setup is going to be garbage. But what we're going to be able to do is have two of these guys here like so. This one being bioflux, and this one being nutrients from bioflux. And then we can feed all these assemblers to each other. Why do you know? Oh yeah, and then we wanted this guy to go... I'm always worried there's going to be turrets on one of the ships that we have not really dealt with. Why are you... You're not running because of nutrients. You're not running because of... Didn't we have nutrients? Okay. Oh, because we've accidentally tagged it with a... Yep, okay. Then we already have the nutrients. Okay, so this is... What are we doing? Oh yeah, it's this guy, isn't it? Give this guy all the stuff. This thing... So why are you not taking? Oh, because you don't have an output. Wait, why don't you have an output? Why are you not putting things... I don't understand why you're not putting things in there. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah, we kind of want this guy to be running if the number of pentapod eggs... where are pentapod eggs? Why can I not find pentapod eggs? Say greater than 2? Nauvis, landmines are being destroyed, that's fine. Okay, so we have a whole lot of bioflux, which is kind of running down. We have a dude getting nutrients, which are also kind of doing a thing. We need... Why aren't we... Okay, whatever. I think overall we are pretty fine. Oh wait, you may also need nutrients. Did we have a plan to get you nutrients? And was it also just to put stuff over here? And why does it feel like our heating towers are struggling again? Temperature? You guys should all be... Generates electricity. Has water. Generates steam. All of these things are connected and running. The grid is not actually connected. That's a good reason. That's maybe where we leave things today. And we fixed everything. So now we've got biochamber automation. We're putting a whole bunch of eggs around the place. I think maybe we decide how many eggs we've got and then that's enough. And, oh wait, maybe we use the better biochamber over here so that happens a little better. And then also have... more stuff. Okay, I think we're going to leave this here. We've got like a disastrous little Gleba thing. The first little bits of stuff are getting set up. Oh wait, does that also mean that you are... Oh, you're not getting enough pipe. Did we actually put rocket silos in here? Why are my various inserters not... I thought inserters could put things in... I thought inserters could put things inside the cargo landing pad, but apparently they can't. Oh well, never mind, we're not going to worry about it. We are going to claim that we are mostly online for having, yeah, a lot of eggs sitting around, which we're going to deal with in a bit. A lot of biochambers around, which we're also going to have a fun time with. Biochambers we're getting a lot of biochambers. We are, yeah, let's just quickly check on the ships and check that, yeah, let's have you just wait here for a while and make sure you get all your stuff, because I'm not sure you do. And then you're heading to Gleba, which is fine. Yeah, things are pretty great. We have a Gleban presence. We have a nice suit of armor with some... yeah, let's have a look at what we got. We got a couple of qualities of things. We only got one thing of legs. This is supposed to be a quick Gleban adventure. I'm not sure if we're going to manage that. You know what we should also do? Give me a lot of this stuff and a lot of this stuff, and I'm just going to crank... I don't actually need that many shotgun shells. 75 shotgun shells into the queue. It's going to be fine. Things are normal.